Partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a run with McFarland. They follow up the first down 1 yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Good job, D. That's right.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Jameis to throw it. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. It's taken to the 26. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
3-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. First carry here for Joe Mixon. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And this is taken in by the tight end, Bryson Hopkins. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. Slant pass to Boyd. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. A gain of 13, it's a 1st down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brings up
when you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Rosas lining up for the extra point.
Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. They'll run on first down. McFarland. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On play action, Winston. And this one's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
A gain of 15. And the Steeler first down.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bengals 7, Steelers nothing.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
On first down, McFarland. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Here's McFarland. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Ready. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
That's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll run with McFarland. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16.
Ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
It's a gain of
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Pittsburgh.
A 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he wasn't blocking or running it there. They tossed it to him.
And you remember the good old days when the 49ers were riding roughshod in the league? They use their fullback in pass plays all the time. Roger Craig, Tom Rathman, those guys were terrific at running these types of plays.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bengals drive about to get going. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here hauled in just past the 50. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
At the 48-yard line.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From midfield now, Burrow. That's complete to the tight end, Hopkins. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Burrow looking to pass. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll run with Mixon. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Denied on 4th down is Joe Mixon. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
On down.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And now the clock reads precisely 1 minute to go in the half. You want to run the 1 minute offense? This is a good test right here.
It certainly is, and definitely not a time to think about kneeling and going into the half. This is a chance to attack a little bit, but not having to get everything in one shot either. 10 yards here, 15 there. Work the sidelines, work the clock, give yourself a chance for at least a field goal going into the half.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running with McFarland. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On is the punter, Johnston, now, as he sends this one away. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line.
Their own 41-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get in field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. His throw caught right around the 6. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll get 34 yards there. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left. Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Bryson Hopkins, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Rosa's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They're passing here. Joe Burrow looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Flush to his right. And this is caught by Watkins. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big 3rd down play there for the Bengals. 43 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run on 1st down. Mixon about 3 yards there to the 27. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd down, Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Joe Mixon.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. Rosa's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. And all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 30 on 2nd down, Winston. It's incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On the handoff, it's McFarland. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
In punt formation.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. That's taken on the 25. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener.
Burrow on play action. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Joe Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a gain of 5, and it's a 2nd down.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow, eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. Man, this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Burrow will throw. Flushed out right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Burrow on the keeper. thrown away and incomplete.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game.
4-yard attempt.
Rosa's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a 2-score game. His 3rd field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
The Steelers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. He pitches it out. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the gun, Winston. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
At the 2-yard line.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
They'll run with McFarland. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Anthony McFarland taking it in. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crossed the plane of the goal line.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. Give to the fullback. This is Watt. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Derek Watt, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score.
Makes the score Bengals 16. Steelers.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. That one looks like he'll throw here. And his pass incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here we go with Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
The ball carrier.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. First down, Mixon. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Tackle made.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
The Bengals. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Cincinnati, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis,